Hi, trust you're doing good. This is a video to take you through the enhanced stock manager ERP system. Just an overview of the system to take you through what is on the system. So this is the shop module, and from here you can see the featured products with different have the special offers indicated with different logo as in different colors and new arrival and the rest of it. So this is what the featured product looks like. From here, you can navigate to the promotion page, which shows you the list of all products that are on offer, special offer, and the rest of it. Then you can also see the product page where you can filter by create a different grade, like 2-column grade or 3-column grade. And the rest of it, you can add product to cart from here. You can increase the quantity and place your order. But we are going to also look at the back end of it. That's the admin end of the system. And I'm going to log in with the super admin account so that we can have access to everything we need to talk about on the system. So I've logged in as an admin, and once you log in, the place it brings you to is the dashboard. So here at the dashboard, you have different modules here you can access through the quick access module and the quick link and the rest of it. So I'm going to take you through majority of the features that you have the system. So starting from the top bar menu, here you have this attendance clock. Click on to take your attendance. It's actually a feature on the HR module. This brings you down to the dashboard. This takes you back to the shop module, and this takes you to the system settings. This is a calculator that you can use to perform some calculations directly on the software. And you have the alert icon, different alert icons. Once you put your cursor on it, you have a tooltip that would kind of give you the name of the icon, what it's for, and kind of a brief description of what the icon is for. So as you can see, some of them that once I hover my mouse on it, it gets that. For instance, to this for demand product alert. The demand product alert is for product that you haven't sold within a specified period of time, and you can specify that period of time via the system settings. So this is the pause module icon that will take you to the pause module and the rest of it. So from here also you can access your profile, change your password, change your personal register closing pin, and also log out. So I'll now start from here. You have the graphical representation of some of the transaction. That's the sales transaction, the purchase transaction, the tax and transaction, and the rest of it. Then here you have a link that will take you to the financial snapshot report. Snapshot report is a report that kind of gives you an overview of what your business is like, a kind of a summary of your business, what your business is like, how healthy it is. So here you get to see your opening stock, your closing stock, your total sales, your cost of sales, that is COG, and also get to see your operating revenue. When you scroll down, you also have a graph representing your sales. You have your sales per product line, the COGs per product line, per brand, per invoice item, and per customer as well. So having done that, we go back to the dashboard and let's navigate through the various. Okay, before we go down through the various sidebar menu, coming down here, also have some of the things I already have in the snapshot reports, but you also have another link to view reports, almost similar with that of the snapshot, just that you have the reports showing you the COGs and sales and profits per product line, that's product category, per product, per invoice, and per invoice item and per customer. So that's another thing you get to access from the directly from the dashboard here. Okay, so coming here, the first module we have here is the support module. It's actually a new module that I added to the system. So here, assuming you have different branches and different styles, and you also have a support staff, for instance, for any reason or any issue on the system that need to be treated either by your own support developer. You can also have use this to raise a ticket for it, Once you raise a ticket for it, you assign it to a particular individual that is supposed to treat it. It could be an issue, it could be an activity that's supposed to be performed on the system, and you use this to track issue resolution on the system. So you can see the ones that are unresolved. You can also see the ones that have been resolved. So that is what the support module is all about. Then the user management is where you manage your users. You create your staffs, and you also create your list billers. Your billers is just like the names on that appears on the invoices. Then let's assume you have different branches and you want different name or different branch locations to appear on the invoices. You can have them here as billers and messages that will be shown on the invoices here. So from the list user, you're already familiar with this module. So from here, you can see the list of all the users you have created on the system. You can add more users. And another thing here is that when you're adding users too, you have a lot of features to capture the user data. And also when you're assigning, you can assign user to multiple locations from here as long as the user is not an admin or owner's account. You can have the user assigned to a primary warehouse or primary location, then have other multiple locations assigned to the user. In the default SMS system, you can only assign a user to a single warehouse or single location at a time. Okay. Then having talked about the user module, the next is the product module. Here in the product module, you have list my products. This gives you the list of all. You can view them per branch, and you can also view it per warehouse. So it all depends on there's a branch system feature on the application that I've implemented. So the enhanced system actually supports multi-location management within a single company branch. So talking about the branch system, you can actually view product from different branches, and user can also manage inventories and sales and operation across these multiple locations or warehouse seamlessly. So under this product list, you can also set alert level, reorder level, turn off alerts, depending on the location or you want to enable such alerts and the alert quantity. You can also this product list model. You can also turn off quantity alert from here. You can view Kardex Report from here. You can do other activities from here as well. Then the next is list manufactured products. So you have a manufacturing model on the system. So you have the page to show you the list of products manufactured. So you also have the list for byproducts. That's product that comes out as a result of the actual product being manufactured. Okay, so you can also see product promo, Kardex Report. Kardex Report is like uh, a log for all into the system, stock in, stock out, transfer, purchases, sell. So it kind of shows the history of each product movement from the time the product entered the system to the time the product was exhausted on the system. So you can actually track product movements, each product movement at any particular point in time. Let me demonstrate what I mean. Let's say, for instance, we have, let me use rice, 50 kg. If I'm checking this, I'll say that 300 um, kg of this rice entered the system through the opening balance, and out of that 300, this is just a kind of what the stock Kardex report shows. It shows your stock movement from the time it entered to the time it exhausted, and from here you can also see your opening stock, the quantity out, that's quantity sold out, any adjustments, and current quantity and expected quantity. That's it about Kardex report. You can add product from here. Um, Product. You can see your opening stock list. You can add opening stock via here. You can import opening stock. You can see your cost or price change log. So this log shows you, kind of, it gives a log of each time your cost or your price change. So you can keep a track of your cost or price changes at any point in time. So this is a quantity adjustment model where you adjust product add adjustments from here. Then the next you have is the stock count. So you can perform stock count here. Then on the system, we will also have what you call in-app stock count. In-app stock count is the one you perform directly using the software. While the normal stock count that is on the SMA default system is that you have to export to Excel or CSV, perform the count outside the system, then bring it in. But in-app stock count, you perform the count directly on the system. Let me demonstrate what I mean. So when you want to perform a stock count, now you have two options. That's count mode to select. Is it an in-app count that you want to perform, or you want to export, do a Excel or CSV count? This will uh, kind of generate the count and save it in Excel or CSV for you to export and perform the count outside the system. But this will perform the count inside the system. So what type of count do you want to perform, full or partial? So let's say we are performing full count on this particular location. So once I click on this summit, the system automatically performs that kind of initiate or initialize the count for you to proceed. So to proceed with the count now, you just click on this action menu and click on count physical. So you now have the page where you can now start performing the count. So if it's a product that has barcode, you can simply scan your barcode here and product comes out, you have count physically, you enter the quantity you counted. You have different color bar to show you what this color shows you that what you have counted so far is still less than what is available on the system. Let's say, for instance, now what is available in this location is 195. So not everybody will be able to see this if you have the permission anyway. By the time you click on this, if you don't have the permission, you won't see this. Okay, let's say we put 100, the system will still be showing that it's still below what you have counted. So if we 195, changes to black, which this means that the quantity you have counted matches what is available. If you put what is more than available, so let's say 200 in the case, you have a different color to show that. So that is about the stock count, the in-app stock count. Then you have a model that shows you all the suspended deals from the post model. You can delete them from here or sold. Okay, so you have the sales register that shows you different register or log of register each time the post module is open and closed. So you have a register list to see the log of register. You can also see the sales register log to see how many times the register, the post module register was open and kind of closed. Okay, so now the manufacturing module. In the manufacturing module, you have where you create your recipe before something from it. So to create a recipe, you click on the action menu here, you click on create recipe, then you select the product. When you're creating your products, you have, okay, let me go back to show you that. So from add product module, you have, because you say this if only the manufacturing module has been enabled. On the system settings, you have a place to enable and disable of in fact, the majority of the modules that you have on the system. I'll show you here. What we have to take a look is that when you are creating a product, you have to indicate the manufacturing product type that it belongs, where it belongs to. Is it a manufactured product? When you put a cursor here, that's the primary or main product being produced. Is it a product that is a secondary product made in the manufacturing process? Is it a packaged product? That is when you have finished manufacturing, the packaging that you perform, you do on the main manufactured product. Then this has to do with every other product that you have on the system, including materials and other products. So for products that is being manufactured, when you're creating it, you have to check this. For the one that is a packaged product, you have to check this. For the one that is a byproduct, you have to check this. Then for other products on the system, including raw materials that we need to manufacture the main the manufactured product, you have to check this. So let's go back to the product list so that I can show you. For instance, this container is kind of a normal products, like call it. Let's click on it to see where it belongs. It's normal raw material product because the product is actually for repackaging. Okay, so but when we look at products like let's say olive oil. So olive oil you have here is a manufactured product. So you can see it here, manufactured product. response is yes here. And when you click on the date, you can see this is what it checked. Okay. Other products too, like premium. Let me show you another one. Okay, like this premium olive oil, the different bottle sizes, they are repackaged or packaged products. So once you click on a date too, you can see that it's packaged product that is being selected. So when on the manufacturing module now, when you are creating recipe, you have to select products that you are creating the recipe for. So let's say, for instance, we have already created recipe for this, so but you can still create as much recipe as you want to. Then, in the process of manufacturing olive oil or byproducts, this residue is also so you can also select the byproduct that comes out of the process. When you click on continue, you will now have the option to now select the ingredients that is required in this process, um, the outcome, the product that will be manufactured, the quantity that will be needed, the product cost. You set kind of the recipe, the steps, and the rest of it. So once you're done doing that, you have something like this. For instance, for uh, top shirts, these are the materials that you need. Cotton, you need a silk, you need a zip, you need a yarn, and these are the various quantity of these materials that you require to produce one piece shirt. So that is the manufacturing model. Then make the production, you click on the production. These are where you have a list of production that you have carried out. But to produce, you click on here, click on add production, then select your recipe. Let's say, for instance, in this case, if it's a top shirt, select top shirt. The system will automatically load the materials or the raw materials that we. Then you can set the quantity you want to produce. As you're setting the quantity, the system will automatically. I'll just leave it at once and in order to demonstrate this. So you have three different status here for the production line. You have the pending, you have in production, you have in completed. So in pending, the system doesn't do any deduction. It doesn't. It just like it takes note of that. It kind of initialize the production process. Then in production, once you move in production, the system will deduct the materials that you are using for those any of this for any reason any of this material is out of stock, the system will not continue the production. So you move from pending to production and complete. By the time it's completed, the system will add the quantity of what is being manufactured to the. So in this case, you are manufacturing top shirts, one piece. Okay, let's make it. Let's say what quantity do we have currently on the system? Um, Currently on the system for top shirts have 210 pieces. So let's say we are manufacturing 10 pieces here. Now we take this directly to completed to save our time. So we submit this. So the production is completed. If we check the quantity we have now, we have 220. Then you have packaging product for product that require you to repackage them in different sizes or what. This is where you create just the same way you create recipe. This is where you have to create the packaging what is required. So for instance, in this case now, repackaging this olive oil into different bottle sizes, the 40 ml size, the 250. This is the consumables that I'm going to use for it. I'm going to need a 40 ml container to 250 ml empty container, the 1 liter empty glass container to do this. So to create that package, what is required and consumable, you just click on add package here. You select the product you want to repackage. In this case, I have olive oil. Then you select the different repackaged products. For instance, here I have this, I have this. You can add as you have specified, you can actually select it here. So when you have them here now, you have to now indicate the consumables you'll be using. In this case, the containers, you can have, then you now give your packaging a name, give it any name that you then specify the quantity of the manufactured product that you'll be using to repackage into this. So once you're done with that and once you click on save, the system have that capture. So when you want to now proceed with once you want to kind of package this, you come to packaging process. So click on here, click on add package, the package you want to run through at the time. So once you select the system, the product by the package product that you're going to have at the end of the day, and the quantity of product that you're going to that's going to be required, including the consumables. In time is done, you also have three status for it: pending, progressing. That is it for the manufacturing module. The next is sales module. So from here you get to see the unpaid sales module. You get pending sale. You get to see flag sale. Flag sales are sales that were sold below a specified profit margin. Use this profit margin from the system settings and the session for the sales. So this is where you set the profit margin. So the profit margin is in percentage. So this is like any sale that is this number of percentage below what it's supposed to be. Permission to see that to see and kind of take a note that so invoice was raised below a specified profit margin. Um, okay, let me quickly demonstrate that. Let's say, for instance, we are selling this. The actual price for this is supposed to be 60. Then let's say maybe which is going to be below the profit margin. So like this sells now, if I complete this invoice and enable the flag sales, that notifications is enabled. Um, okay, the another invoice. So let's say hard disk. Let's see. So you can say, what's the cost of this? This is 40. So let's say we are selling this, let's say 30. Uh, okay, let's complete this. This will flag. So you see the system, you have a flat cell telling you that one cell item sold below your set profit margin. Once you click here, you have the system. So the item that was sold, the quantity, the purchase cost, and the sold price, and which is below your profit set margin. So once after reviewing this and confirming, you can now approve it so that the flagging will stop. So you just have to click here and the flagging. Next to have here is delivery gift card. So the next is deleted records module. So this record for kind of when you delete a particular invoice, kind of recreate that invoice. This kind of a module that shows all deleted payment or sales invoice. And the good thing that it can reverse that deleted sales from here. Just what this module is about. Then you have the customer module that shows you the list of all the customers you have in the system. And from here, you can also view the customer's ledger, reconcile their wallets and ledger balances, view the customer reports, sync their repayment, add refund, add deposit, and it. Then you can also see customer information here, where you have the balance. Then you can view a more elaborate report of the customer as well. Then you have the customers that are owing. That's a credit customer. Okay, let me create a customer that's owing so that I can use that to demonstrate. So let's say, for instance, now we're making credit to this customer. The customer didn't pay. So once you make this on credit to the customer credit customer list, so you see the list of customers that are owing you, how much they are owing you. But the debit customers are customers you are owing. You need to refund or however that has uh, some money with you in the business. So the credit customers are customers that are owing the business, and most of the time it could be from various invoices that have been raised. So instead of you coming to the list sales, for instance, to add payments for each of these invoices, which means a scenario where you have more than two invoices. Okay, let me demonstrate that. So we have one invoice already added. So let's say the second invoice two was on credit, maybe on different day. We'll have another one too. Let's say um, credit too on different days. So when you go back to the list cells, you can see different invoices on different on customer. Let's say maybe now the customer, when the customer is coming to pay, the customer is not going coming to pay, probably making a part payment for the invoices, which you can either add from here, either as payment or as a multiple payment, you know, still from here. Or you can still do that also from the um, credit customer module. So all you need to do is to add repayment. So you can pay for everything at once, and the system will look for those invoices and mark them as by it's making a partial payment, let's say out of um, 10,000, and it's paying through, let's say, bank. In this case, you select the bank, Citibank, select paying by transfer. Just put a note here, let's say repayment. So by the time we click on this add repayment, the system will look for the invoices that belongs to this customer, starting from the oldest and start adding payment to it until it exhausts the amount the customer is up, and let's have a look at how kind of see how this is going to happen. So you see the customer has these three invoices that is owing on. So by the time we add that repayment here of this amount, the system will start making the payment from the oldest, which is supposed to be the first one here, then proceed to this amount, and then proceed to this amount. Wherever the money stops, the system will stop there. So let's click on add repayment. Once you okay, we need to select the location. So we'll do this and click on add repayment. So once you do that, the system also generates a kind of a form of a receipt, payment receipt for the customer, showing the customer previous balance, how much the customer paid, and what the current balance. So going back to this list cell, if we just do a kind of a search, so we see that this is the three invoices. The system started paid off the first one and partially paid for the second one, where the third one is still um, unpaid. And you see the balance also reflect total balance that shows on the I think current balance that shows on the system. Okay, so that is it. You have the next you have is supplier. We have discussed. Okay, here you also see the payment. You see customer's ledger. You can view the customer's ledger from here. You can customer ledger just like the statement for the customer. So you see the all the debits and the credit transaction, the sales, the payment down, uh, going down, just like the way you have your bank statement, both the credit and the debit. Because there you see how much the ledger balance of amount the customer is owing. This is the repayment is this amount, and that reduces the balance of the customer is owing from here. Um, you also have repayment. It gives you the list of of it. The same thing goes for the suppliers. And you have the quotation module, or you have the lot and batch number module. Lot and batch number is for products to manage your product. I have a note on this that you can read from um, my demo system. Let me open this. So if you want to read more about the lot number, you can actually do that from you click on this highlights. You can come here to read more about importance and the use of each number. So you have that information there to read. So going to the next is the procurement and reorder level module. The procurement module is actually for organization that has the procurement department, people that are in charge of ordering the goods. So they can initialize the procurement process here. Once they add the and it has different status, pending and ordered. So once the status has changed to ordered, it will automatically reflect on the purchase module for um, for for another department. So let me demonstrate the procurement module. So let's say they want to order for some particular goods that are already running out of stock. So let's say, for instance, rice. Let's select the location first and the supplier for this. 100. Payment method also helps you to calculate the sure that your container size, what you're ordering is going to be able to enter your container size. So once you have done this and have your calculation to know when your container shipment size is full, so that you order for what is over more than what can enter the shipment container, or what is kind of below what your container can actually carry. Then you have your expected kind of possible arrival date for it. Let's say with this CPN, you set it, you can either set it directly from the product edit, set also from here. So it all depends on what you want to do. You can also have it set from here when you're editing the product. So you can set it here, and the system will automatically recognize this as this particular product unit CPN. So by the time you're done and click on submit, the system will capture this on list product, list procurement. By the time the status changes from this pending to order, it will automatically reflect. Okay, let's say for instance, I have it in pending and I submit this, so I only have it there. It will show on the, it will not show on the purchase module. So let me open one purchase module on another page. So if you come to this list purchase, we are not seeing it here. But by the time I change the status from here to ordered and click on updates, I should be able to see it. It's already showing now that I have a pending purchase on the list purchase. So it says yeah, that's ordered. So you can see it's also already showing here. So by the time you can now proceed from this to this the rest of it. So that is it for the program. Please delete so that it will be popular. So you have cost increase a lot. So here you can also the system kind of when there is a change in the cost of what you buy before. Let's say for instance a product that you buy $2 before is now I use notifies you that oh there's a cost increase on this particular product so that you can now determine whether you're going to change your price or not. So that is what the cost increase module is. Then you have the transfer module. Transfer module is for movement of stuff from one location to another location. You have the expense module for posting all your expenses, for adding all your expense account, your remittance account, which you have to create from okay, we'll get to that place, but you just have to take note that you need to create an expense account for that expenses, and also fund it, because the system can only add expenses from the account that has um, money inside it. So let's say, for instance, we're creating an expense account, which you can call maybe remittance account. So let's call it remittance or expense expenses account. So it's a petty cash. You need to make sure that you check this if you have any notes to add. So if it's a real bank, you check this. If it's a BDC agent bank, the people that are middleman between your supplier, that's your vendor, and yourself. So you can check this. Then that is what it is. Then you fund this expense, this remittance account. You can fund it from any of this account. So let's say if I want to, I can you can fund it directly from the owner's equity, or you can transfer money from any of this account. Any of this account. This is headquarter, and I'm to um, transferring for cash to from Citibank. I'm transferring from Citibank to Express account. So um, I'm transferring. Okay, let's say how much do we have in the Citibank? We'll have about 2 million. So let's say I'm transferring 500. Transferring 500 from Citibank to Express account. So I'll just say 1,000. So write anything that you want as a note and click on that. You see, the system will reduce this and add this to this. Then now you'll be able to add expenses. So when you come to add expenses, you select oh, you select the amount, the category you're adding the expenses. Maybe staff advertising. To do that, you enter the amount. Let's say in this case, $100 or $1,000. So via your ledger or your expense account, you see this entry all shown on the ledger. Okay, so um, that is this. We have entered the part of the accounting module, and you have the different accounting report, the account entry, um, our ledger, profit and loss, trial balance, and the rest of them. Then you also have the HRM module. The HRM module shows you from here the attendance and the rest of it. I'm just trying to quickly wrap up on the video because I don't want it to be too long. Um, you have the stock report. It's self-explanatory. Once you go through the system, you can see it. You have the system settings. In the system settings, you'll be able to set a lot of things on how you want the system to work. Enable some modules. Like I said initially, there are some modules. Virtually all the modules here, you can disable the ones you don't want and the ones you want to be showing. So you can also set alert notification. Like initially, I disabled this. Then you can enable when you select the customer that is owning the business. There will be a pop-up to remind you owing. Let me demonstrate that. So once you click on this, so I have working customer already selected by default. Then system is trying to remind you, oh, this customer has a past due bill. You can view the past due bill when you click on this to see the invoices the customer is owing on and how much the customer is owing on those invoices. So that is it. That is what the this alert is about. That's to it. That's for this customer. Suspended bill are for bills that are on suspend that have been suspended by the user by the sales user. The flag sale, I've explained this. This is when you sell below your profit margin. Unbalanced stock for any reason, either by system error or by human error or by an attempt by the user to manipulate your stock report, the system flags it when it doesn't balance. How the unbalanced stock report is that the system uses a formula logic to calculate what is expected of stock balance and what the system is currently showing. So if what is expected is different from what the system is showing, the system flags it. Then you have the unclosed post register report, cost increase alert. alert. We have the transfer, uncompleted transfer alert, and the rest of it. Okay, that will bring us to the end of the video. On the front end, we have places to set on the front end. Please feel free to go through the demo and perform whatever you need to perform. If you want us to also have time to go through this together for more explanation, please don't fail to reach out to me, and I will be willing to assist you any day, anytime. So, if you for the contact to reach me on, you can always reach me for on any of these contacts that you have here, and I will be to help you any day, anytime. Thank you, and see you some other time.